Hi everyone, so today I'm going to try out the Griffin Bow 3D or cut and emboss folders. I don't know if they're called 3D or not, but I think I'm going to use the Empress. I hardly ever use her. She's right here next to me, like I'm touching her right here, see? And I don't know, I just don't use it very often. I have my plates here ready for it, and a lot of times I use the Dollar Tree plates. So these are the same plates the machine came with years and years ago. I bought it when it was, just came out in the market. And this is what they look like. They are a little bit bowed, but I keep using the same ones over and over. I have the metal shim here. I don't know where I put the magnetic mat because I hardly ever use it, but you would think it'd be with them. It's not. It's probably over here somewhere. I don't know. I have some other stuff over here that belongs to the Gemini Junior, which I don't even have in front of me. I put that in my garage. So like, I don't know why I have the plates for it. So yeah, the Gemini Junior came with like this little caddy that kind of nestled under it, to the side of it. I guess, I don't know, to the side of it. And it holds things. So I just have it there and the plates are still in there. But anyway, because I do use that. It's holding like, my little tools and stuff. But I normally use it with the cutting pads or self-healing mats from the Dollar Tree. So that's why I don't even know where the magnetic mat is. Having said that, you don't need all that for the Empress. You just need the 2 cutting plates, I believe, for these guys. We'll read about it because, again, I hardly ever use it. And I already forgot. But the other day I did make this one. I am in love with this project, you guys. Oh, my gosh. And the feedback was really great. So thanks for saying the nice things you say. So I think, again, I did pick this up on HSN, so if it's available, I'll go ahead and link in the description box. Again, with HSN and YouTube currently, it might be embedded in the video here, but at the top of the description box, you have to kind of click show more or more to expand that box, and then you'll be able to see them there. I don't know that I'll make a card and everything with it, because for me, this isn't going to go on a card. I mean, they're so dimensional, and I would put them on a box or something cute like that. So we'll just try them out to see how nicely they work or how well they cut, put them together, and we'll have some cute things, embellishments for another time. But again, these are, relatively straightforward. For the Empress, you're just going to use the 2 A plates. I do put these through my Platinum 6 usually, and I think I usually have to shim it because these folders are not super thick. I don't know if you can tell. Like if I had a 3D embossing folder, 3D embossing folder would be thicker than this. So they're kind of a standard. I think this is a 3D embossing folder. Yeah. But you can see they are, if you're looking at the thickness here, these are thicker than something like this. So if they're small enough, a lot of times people would put them through the marquee. I did try to use this in the ground marquee whenever I had hauled it. And then I was like, I don't know, it was kind of tight. I didn't want to continue pushing it through. But somebody said that they do use theirs in the ground marquee with the adapter. I think that's how I was going to try it. And if you're familiar with the ground marquee, I mean, this guy, I guess we're calling it an adapter, but it's a shim. And she said she uses it, so okay. But for me, it felt tight, and I didn't want to, do anything to my machine that I'd regret. So I did not. I said, back it up, and then that was that. But it didn't work that well. But like I said, somebody else said that they used theirs in there, and it was fine. So, okay. What else? Oh, yeah, so the Platinum 6, yeah, I just usually use the standard, embossing folder kind of combo, I think. And then I add a shim, or it's the adapter and a shim. I can't remember, but you do have to shim it. You have to add, a plastic shim for it to work really well. So just whatever machine you have, try it. If it's giving you a lot of resistance, just don't keep forwarding, with that, because that's not good. I will give you a measurement on the folders themselves. They are 5 by 7, exactly. So you do need a machine that's at least 5 inches wide, the opening, right? Okay, so let's see. They show this one kind of layered in their examples, so maybe we'll do that one twice. The other one's obviously just going to fold over, and then this guy. So let me just grab some papers and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have some different papers here. I think with this one we'll do this houndstooth. That'd be nice, huh? Okay, let's do that. And again, you can cut your paper 5 by 7. Somebody had said that a lot of times this glue really ruins their project. And I've heard Anna say, run it through some scrap paper first so that this glue will stick to that instead of your project. So if there's an issue here, it's going to be because of that, guys. I do see that glue. I was going to say, or that they just fall off, after a while. Spellbinders has cut and emboss folders where they don't even glue them down, because that's the whole thing. If you want to use it or if you just want the shape. It has to be a very specific design, obviously, for that to work or to make sense. But, just something to think about. Even if it pops off, you can still always just place it back down. Hope I don't cut this in a way that doesn't work, because I am eyeballing this. Again, you can just cut 5 by 7, and that'll work. A lot of times I try to make it a little bit smaller because you don't really need the whole thing to be 5 by 7. You just need it to fit inside here, right? So that's good. And then this one, I think I'll do this one with this paper. That is also single-sided. I thought that was interesting. This other paper, this houndstooth one, is Anna Griffin paper. It's single-sided. Oh, okay. So something like that, and then maybe to like here. And with Anna's things, where her name is, you know, you face your paper that way. I think Craft Companion is the only one that's like, no, face the paper away from our name. So, I don't know. That's just how they do it. And then for this one, I was going to layer this up, and I thought this would look cute. But then the back side's really strong color. So I think I'll use this side. Or it was the back the way I was holding it. It's not really just the back side there. And let's see. A piece that's like about this big. Let's see if I eyeball that really well. Perfect. Okay. I'll run this one through with this piece because they seem to be about the same thickness. And then I'll run that pink one through again by itself. And we'll just make some cute bows. So again, supposedly this is all we need. Let me turn this guy on. Okay. And then I have the Empress, the original one, so I have to press run. I don't know if the new Empress, you don't have to press run, do you? Or does it just go? I don't know. Let's get that guy going. And before I open it, I always look in the back and see if it cut well. And if I feel like that's good, then I'll open it up. But you can always place the things back down. Yeah, I mean, the impression, see, it has like an embossed area that comes from this. Looks good. Did bow just a little bit. Bow, just a little bit. But what I mean is like, oh, so yeah, there's definitely some glue there. And this guy. Yeesh, that sounds bad. Okay. That one's real sticky. It's over here. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna have to do this one again. Yeah, because you're gonna see this, like how it ripped. I mean, I can still make something and then maybe cover it up, but okay, fine. So let's see. It's this little piece of glue right here. If you see any glue, obviously you want to remove it first. I didn't notice that one. So I guess we'll do this again. And even though I should cut the 2 different thicknesses of paper, I just put them that way because I thought, oh, this will be good. But let's just put that there, put this one here, give it a quick run through. A lot of people comment about how quiet the machine is. It's pretty quiet. That's why I like this one. That's kind of why I stopped using my Gemini Junior. I don't really do a lot of running through machines like on camera anyway, but it was so loud. And then if I'm working in the morning when the kids are asleep, like, it just wasn't working out for me. So let's see here, like I am right now. See, that it is already coming off. Yeah, I mean, guys, in a perfect world, yes, that would stay. But again, you can just place it back in there. Like I said, this, you know, Spellbinders ones aren't even glued down to begin with. On some of them, they have some earlier iterations where it is glued down. Yeah, it was just that one little bit that was really stuck down. So, okay, well, there you go. And that's kind of scary for this one because this one had a lot of areas I had glue and I was trying to pick at them. But again, she said, you know, run through some scraps, so that's just me. If you haven't heard her talking about them, she has recommended that. Let's see here. Oh, pretty. You can see that embossed area. Ooh, yeah, it is really on there. Okay, that came out nicely. This is the one that had a lot of gooey bits, so hopefully I'm just doing this carefully, popping it. Oh, right there, I can hear it tearing. I'm trying to do it carefully so maybe I can rescue it, right? Some things are going to be behind. Okay. I will say it kind of cracked a lot of the paper, and I'm just doing the pressure they asked for, but you see how it's cracked there? And this one's also pretty cracked. This paper is a little bit thinner. And it came out better as far as cracking. These other ones were like heavier weight paper, and then this one doesn't have that much texture to it, so I don't expect that would crack anyway. Okay, let me clean up a little bit, because I think that's it, and we're just going to put things together. Okay, we can start with something easy like this one. So they're just showing to layer them. Obviously, I mean, they're not showing that. They're showing it here. I don't know if they said anything about it here. Yeah, no, they're not showing you that one because obviously it's whatever you want. But to make it look a little more dimensional than just drop shadowing or this kind of thing, I think I'll do what kind of looks like in the example. Let me get my... I'm trying to put my tools back where I will find them and then I forget. So I'm looking on my space here. I'm like, oh no, I put it away. So just give it a little zhuzh. You can do the same thing with the bottom one, but I'm just going to do that with this one. And then, I mean, you can definitely put a dimensional between the two layers, but I think I'll just do that, a little zhuzh. And then keep this one on top of this one. Maybe still offset it or something fun, but the top one has a little like curl to it. For some reason I can't hold on to this. There we go. And I have the pink coming out towards the bottom, but if you want to peek out towards the top, I mean, you can do that. So that's one little bow, right? Very basic. There's a lot of detail on there. This guy's fun. So I'm going to start curling it. Let's see what they say on the... Yeah, to create bow 2 with the back facing up, curl the 4 ends with a bone folder, which I was already doing. To create loop shapes, of course. Adhere the 4 tips of both sides to the inside, and then you bring that guy around. So I don't know if I did that enough. And I guess we're just bringing these in here somewhere. I always feel like bows end up getting smashed anyway. So, I mean, if you just want to flatten it out, you can definitely do that. I'm just showing you. I'm barely kind of meeting it here. I'll do the same thing with this guy. Yeah, it's already getting crunched. I'm gonna hold that down for a moment. This one can come around and be held down right here too. I know this is like watching paint dry because it's literally watching glue dry. So I'll do the same thing, put some glue, and then just bring these 2 bits in, okay? So where I'm holding it, they're showing it much deeper, right? And mine are kind of out here, so I'm going to try to give it a push and see if I can get this one a little bit further in. Also, if you're using wet glue and you let go too soon, it'll just like tear the paper. Like the paper gets wet and soft and then it'll just kind of move away, which is really a pain because then you have to wait for those 2 layers to really stick together. Yeah. Anyway, I'll be back. I'll do the same thing with this other side. It was kind of weird about bows like this. I have other dies that do this. You really do want to push it more towards the center. Sorry, guys. I was just like, oh, I'll just leave it on the back. But they do look a little bit different, and they want this to be the front. So if I had thought about that, I would have paired them up in the same way too. See how this one's on top, and over here this one's on top. But anyway, so now at this point, you're supposed to bring this over and around again. So if you want to put some glue, it's kind of counterintuitive, guys, because you think, oh, you're just going to wrap this around and this is going to be the front, but it's not. This is the front, which is kind of weird because this ends off here and it's going to look like a rough cut, no? Huh. It wraps around quite a few times, and then I suppose it depends on how tightly you wrap it, because here it looks like perfect, and here it's not. But again, just keep that in mind. It does look kind of cute that this one's on top and this one, but you are supposed to do them in the same way, right? So if the 2 bottom ones come in first and the 2 top ones come in last, or however, so it looks nice and neat. So that's what this one looks like. Again, I don't have double-sided paper for this, so it's very white. Still cute bow, very cute. But again, this is the front, so you really want to pay attention and make sure it looks really nice and neat. And it is about a 2 3/4 inch bow by about 2 inches. It's about 2 inches this way, 2 3/4 inches in the other direction. And again, I was like, oh, it's already crumpling, so I wasn't really worried about it because I thought that was going to be in the back. But no, that's on the top. So see, that one's kind of bent. So is this. I would have paid more attention because I thought this was going to be the other side. I mean, you can still use it that way too, I guess. It's kind of interesting, though. I don't see why this didn't just end where it looked neater. But there you go. Okay. And this guy, now let's pay attention again. Like I said, my paper is already kind of cracking on this one, so I'm going to do a little of this. And it's already kind of ripping there. With the back facing up, of course. This time, you know, it looks like they just have it in here. Okay, and they're showing it way out here, but I mean, these do meet up in the center. Maybe they're not showing it, but they're saying this. So to me, it looks like you glue out there, but let's just glue them right in the center because it looks like that'd be better. So I'm gonna bring one in, right to the middle. And another thing you can do is you can kind of bend these tabs. That way they're already kind of bending instead of crunching up here. Just trying to dissipate that pressure, right? And then one over here, and I'm going to hold on to it. Like I said, I bent that a little bit so it just comes in at a nice angle already. And then, okay, yeah, adhere tips of bows to sides to the inside at the end of the tab. Okay, wrap the tab around the middle and adhere. And then adhere the tails. So after that, you're going to get this guy going. Before I do anything with glue, I'm going to train it first. I think with this one, it doesn't really matter if this is the top or if this is the top, but this certainly didn't end in a spot that looks nice and neat, so I'm just going to pretend that that's the back. You know what I'm saying? It's not flush with like this top side. So this will be the top of my bow. And then you just pair it up with this guy. Just put it on top. Or don't, right? So, I mean, if you want just this little bow like this without any tails, it is about 2.5 inches, I would say, by 1.25, just under 2.5 inches in this direction. And if you want to pair it with these guys, I mean, it is very flat, but I guess you can curl these if you wanted to with your bone folder, do something different. I'm just going to hold it down right there, and I'll be back. Yes, after I did that one, I thought, you know what? Remember how it tore here? That's actually going to be in the back. So I was like, oh, I'll just make this one too while I'm here. So I'm just finishing that up. This time it did not meet up as well in the center, which is kind of annoying because the whole point is that that's going to be in the front. Kind of weird. I'm not a fan of that portion. Or maybe cut it off yourself because it does wrap around like 2 or 3 times. Well, almost 3 times, I guess. Maybe cut it off back here and just let it wrap around the one time so it looks nice and neat because now it ended there. I don't know if you can see that. And then this one also didn't end perfectly, but it is better. It's down towards the bottom. But if you were to just cut your paper, just cut a little bit off, it'll look nice and perfect. So this one looks a little better because I really made a point to get those points towards the center. Where here I was kind of further out and it actually looks like it wants to release almost. Look at that. Okay, so a couple bits with that one. And again, I brought these 2 in first at the bottom, and then I brought the 2 at the top in and really, really brought them in towards the center. So it does look nicer than this one, although they're both pretty cute. Okay, and then this guy looks really cool with his little tails. And he is, with the tails, 5 inches wide. And then again, still, you know, 1.25 or so, so 5 inches wide, which is really nice. I mean, I have a 4x6 here. I don't know. If you're thinking, you know, maybe add it to the side there or something. Across this would be really cute because it's like a little stash. Maybe put another little bit of your paper, just like a strip behind there, so it looks like it's wrapped around, you know. Cute. A piece out here and a piece here with a little extra. Very, very cute. Yeah. And then this guy, you know, nothing to write home about, but it's something quick and easy. So there you go. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Hope they gave you a little bit of step-by-step. Again, I just tried them out, you know, kind of with using bows before, but I forgot. I have other dies that look like this. I'm just, you know, a couple things I would do differently as far as that wraparound. And that's that. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you. I will say on this one, they're showing these guys kind of stacked, kind of at a cute angle, one over the other. They are very, very... they are very, very dimensional, so it might be difficult to do, but, you know, you can get them in there. I don't know. That's not that cute. Anyway, all right. I'll see you at the next one.